Hello and welcome to this CollectionsIndex Web Edition orientation video. My name is Lizzie and I'll be showing you some of the system's features. This is not a full training video but just an introduction for new users to help you get started. I'll show you how to navigate your way around the system and how to try out some common tasks. Once you've logged in, you'll arrive at this dashboard. This is essentially your home page. You can return to this page at any time by clicking on the word dashboard, seen here. This black menu bar will remain throughout your session. These top right menu options take you to the four main areas of the system. Over on the far left are your quick links. These help you jump quickly to where you need to be, and this list will develop and change as you work away in the system. To view the records in your system, click the Records option in the menu bar. This will take you to a new page with a drop-down, allowing you to select the type of records that you wish to be working with, whether that's collections, assets, activities, or authorities. To look at your object records, click Collections Objects and then Submit. As you can see, this has retrieved all of the object records in the system and has displayed them in a summary list, including some core information about them. You can navigate through the results by using these buttons at the top left, and you can view and edit the records by clicking on the buttons under the Control column. When viewing a record, you'll see more full information about that object, and you can also zoom in on the images and move them around. To go back to the search results, click Back to Search Results in the top left corner. To create a brand new object record, click the Add a New Object link here on the left. This will open a new object record for you to fill in. Note this View drop-down in the top left corner. At the moment I'm in full view, and if I scroll down, you'll see that this includes all of the available sections and fields in the full template. The views are different templates that control the sections and fields that are shown. If I change to default and agree to do that, you'll see when I scroll down that the number of sections has reduced. You can create your own views by clicking on the cog and then Manage Views, and as you can see there are a couple that we've created here as an example. When you've finished your data entry, click Save Your Changes and then Close and Back to Search Results and agree that you want to leave the page. There are a couple different ways you can do searches depending on the sort of search you want to conduct. You can easily do a quick search by entering what you want to look for in the quick search box here. There's a drop down next to it to decide whether it's a free text search or a specific object number. I'm going to do an example of bowl and click search. As you can see, it's retrieved any records in the system that have the word bowl somewhere in their record. You can also use regular search operators such as and, or, and not, and as you can see, if I do a search for bowl and glass, it will retrieve the two bowl records that are made of glass. If you'd like to run a more complex search, clicking the Search Objects button opens the object filter. You close it again by clicking the same button. In here, you can experiment with different searches by adding new search fields using the green plus button. You can remove them again by clicking the red minus button. You can build very complex searches in here using all the different fields within a record. So for example, I'm going to type in object name. When you start typing in the name of a field, it will bring up a list to help you select what it is you want to search for, and then a clarifying drop down. So object name is ring. And you can see this is a controlled field with a terminology, so I'm going to click ring from the terminology. And I'm also going to put in object production date. Dates you can be very flexible with, the system's quite intuitive in that way. In here you could type in 18th century, late 20th century, etc. I'm going to type in 1990s and then click search. And as you can see, it's retrieved two objects in the system that have the object name of ring and have a production date within the 1990s. Next, we're going to look at activity records. So we're going to return to the records page and open up this drop down. And as you can see, there are a number of activity options. There is an activity for each of the Spectrum standard procedures and are for recording and managing collections management activities. As you can see, there are a number of them. Select the activity type you wish to work with and then click Submit. I'm going to choose Conservation and Treatment as an example. As you can see, there are already 3 conservation activity records in the system. I can view and edit these using the same controls over on the right hand side. To create a new activity, click the Add a New link up here, and you can also search in the same way as we looked at before. When you create a new activity, it'll open up a brand new record for you to enter your data. I'm going to click Edit on one of the already created ones just to show you an example. When you finish entering your data about the procedure, you can add governed items to the activity record. These are the objects that the activity specifically relates to, and so in my case I'm going to link the objects that are having this ceramics cleaning conservation treatment. To add items, you can either click Edit Object Items in the top right here, or if you're returning to this step later, you can click Edit Items from the search results. This red box indicates that you are selecting objects that are linked to your activity. To add governed items, simply click the plus buttons to the far right of the objects, and you can remove them again by clicking the same button, which is now turned into a red minus button. You can also search for specific objects using the same search fields we used before. When you're finished adding items, I've added these 3, you can click the Here button in the red box. And as you can see, I've now added 3 governed items to this activity. You can add and remove records to activity records at any time and continue to build a list and refine it as you work through the procedure. This has been a short orientation video for CollectionsIndex Plus Web Edition. There is much more to show, but I hope you get a feel for the system and it helps you get started exploring. Thank you for listening.